What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And today I'm going to be continuing my series of revisiting the Star Wars saga with Star Wars Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. And this is probably one of the weirdest Star Wars movies for me, because when I grew up, this was always my favorite one. And I think a lot of people have that experience with it. But it is definitely not the best. It's easily the weakest out of the trilogy, looking at them from, like, an older perspective, but I still really love this movie from a nostalgic perspective, and also I just really like it a lot. But it does have problems, and one of the biggest problems with it right off the bat that I was watching this with my dad, and he loves the original trilogy, and he loves Empire Strikes Back. That's his favorite, and I think it's most people's favorite. And he said to me, right off the bat, you can tell that everything is kind of nice. It's very, like, almost fluffy, sort of. It's very, like, light on drama and very, like, nicey. And it's kind of weird. It's like Leia is kind of acting really nice, which, she's a lot more snippy in the other movies. And, Han meets Lando again, and the last time he saw him, he betrayed him. But Han is just, they're just buddies again. Everything's just really nice. It feels very strange in that way, and the opening I always loved. The opening isn't even that good. Luke's plan is so convoluted. He keeps sending in members of his team, and they just one by one get captured. It's like he's using up all his plans. Like, oh, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. I guess we're down to plan F. Better go in on my own. And then he, like after everyone's captured and when they're about to get thrown into the pit of death, the Sarlacc pit, he's like, well, I guess I just have to pull out my lightsaber and start murdering people. And it's just kind of like, Luke, is there an easier way to do this than just murdering everybody? Like, I didn't think that was really you, Luke. I don't know. It's just kind of dumb. He's like, Jabba, you will hand them over to me or you will be destroyed. And it's like, Luke, there's many other ways you could have approached this. So the opening is kind of dumb, actually, revisiting it. I like the scene with Yoda. I like all the stuff with Luke and Vader, of course. I've never hated the Ewoks. I actually really like, people complain about how the Ewoks defeat the Stormtroopers and stuff. I personally never minded the Ewoks. I like how they're kind of teddy bears, but they're also very evil, and they're going to eat you, and they're kind of cannibals. I like how they show them taking down Stormtroopers, and like one of my favorite ones is where they swing in the two logs and they crush the walker's head. I love that stuff. That stuff's just really fun and creative. I love seeing Luke with a green lightsaber. I think it's just my favorite color of a lightsaber for him. It just suited him the best, I always thought. It's really a shame they never brought it back in the sequel trilogy. Honestly, rewatching it makes the Rise of Skywalker worse for me. It makes the Emperor returning worse, because the Emperor honestly serves the same purpose in that movie as he does in this one. He basically repeats the same stuff to Rey, like, strike me down. It's really dumb. It's almost like they looked at his script in this one and just copied it down for Rise of Skywalker, and then it just makes a lot of things worse. And there's just a lot of dumb things that happen throughout the movie that are kind of like, why did that happen and why did you do that? Like, there's one moment at the very beginning where R2 drops 3PO off of the sail barge in Jabba's sail barge, and they land in the sand, and then Luke's like, get the droids. And then, handily enough, the little desert skiff they're on has, like, droid things, and they grab the droids, like little magnets to grab the droids. It's just really weird how some of this stuff is really convenient and weird, how it just kind of works out. And the other ones have never really felt like that, so that's definitely a problem. But I love the duel between Vader and Luke, and how Luke is trying, or Vader is trying, and like, it's another thing where the prequels, like Revenge of the Sith and so on, really do improve these, because Vader, when he says, you can use the dark side to help the people you love, to save the people you love, and that's what Palpatine used against him. And, Vader really feeling the conflict, and then him fulfilling the prophecy, which once again is ruined by Rise of Skywalker, because Palpatine's back in that one. It's just, Rise of Skywalker just really, this movie, rewatching it just makes Rise of Skywalker so much worse for me. But there are still good things in it. I like the battle on Endor. I like the spaceship battle. Of course, this movie has some of my favorite lines, like Yoda saying, when 900 years old you reach, not so young, not so good you look, Like, stuff like that is great. And then when, of course, it's a trap. And then I love when Palpatine is like, I'm afraid that the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. Like, this movie probably is my favorite quotes of the original trilogy. I really love some of the quotes in this movie. And yeah, it just feels like, yeah, it does feel a lot more light than the other two. And it's quite weird. It's a weird feeling because it does feel different than the other two, in quite a few ways. It's just an odd movie for me. It's not a bad movie, but it does things just in a simpler way than the other two, and it's not as good. So I think I'd give it like a B plus or an A minus. Like there's stuff in this like when like Luke burning Anakin's body. I'm gonna call him Anakin because he does redeem himself, and burning him, and it's kind of a callback to Qui-Gon Jinn, but also it's just Luke is just the one person there, and no one else would want to be there. Everyone just sees Darth Vader as another generic person in the Empire who's defeated, but Luke knows what happened, what conspired. It's very bittersweet, honestly. And it made me cry on it. It made me tear up, like, just seeing that again. Like, Vader, he redeemed himself, or Anakin redeemed himself. It's just great, honestly. So the prequels do improve it in, I think, quite a few ways. And, I love all the stuff with Luke and Leia finding out that they're siblings and all that stuff. It's just, there's so much good stuff, and there's also this weird stuff. So yeah, I give it a B plus or an A minus. So yeah, please let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. My review for Force Awakens will be coming soon. But yeah, just please let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.